Okay guys, so hello and welcome to my channel. So this is Just in Japan, and today I want to talk about the salary on the JET program. So first of all, our salary is no secret here in Japan. So we have set tiers. So you have a salary for the first year, second year, third year, and then I believe the fourth and the fifth year is exactly the same. So right now I am a second year JET in Ishikawa, Japan. So I'm approaching my third year, so I can really only give you information based on my second year information. And as well, I am an American, so some of the rules about taxation is a little bit different. So I'm going to go over that as well with you. So first, let's talk about my actual salary. My salary before taxes is 300,000 yen. And I also get 20,000 yen as a housing supplement, so that goes towards my my actual paycheck. But I'm supposed to use it for my house, but really you can use it for whatever, so it doesn't matter. But so that is 320,000, but in US dollars, let's just say like $3,200, I guess. And then also I do get some money for travel expenses for like business trips. So I get money, so I have three schools. So my main school is the lowest ranked school in Ishikawa Prefecture, and that's my main school. So I go there on Mondays and Thursdays. On Tuesdays, I have a night school, and that is for people for whatever reason dropped out of high school and are pursuing their education. So I have students that range from 18 years old to I think the oldest student I've ever had was like 24 years old. So it really depends. And then also I have a vocational high school. So these students are studying how to work in factories, doing machine shop, welding. There's students that are studying accounting. So these students really want to go into the business sector very quickly. And I go there on Wednesdays and Fridays. So when I travel to my main school, I'm not reimbursed anything for my money. Nothing. But when I go to the night school and when I go to the vocational school, I am reimbursed for my travel expenses. I'm supposed to take the train to school, but living in the countryside is problematic in that trains and buses only come once an hour, so once every 50 minutes. So if I want to go to school, well, it takes like 2 hours to go to school, and I'm not doing that. So I'm driving my car, and yeah, they just can pay me for my travel expenses for a train. So I don't get as much money back, but I'll take a 10-minute commute and less money, please. Thank you. So like before I said, I have $3,200 roughly every month is what I make from JET. Now, also included in that, I have a house in America, and I'm renting that house to my family, and I get about $800 a month from that as supplemental income while I'm here in Japan. So yes, I'm working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Usually from 8 in the morning until 11 at night. So I have no time, no free time. It's fantastic. Honestly, I don't know how I have time to make this video, but I did. So please like and subscribe. Okay, so in total, so let's just say my income is about $5,000 a month while I'm here in Japan. So I'm living here in this house by myself with 2 dogs. So that incurs some costs as well, of course. So this house is a 3 LDK. So it has 3 bedrooms, a living room, dining room, and kitchen. And I also have a tatami room, which is behind me. And I don't need this big of a house, but the problem is when you have dogs, you have to pay a little bit of extra money for that. And this was really the only option. And I kind of covered that in my other video, so if you're interested, please check that out. But yeah, this house costs 65,000 yen a month, so roughly $650. And remember, like 200 of that is kind of chopped off. So yeah, so I pay that. And then I have some other expenses. So last month my water was $3,188. Sorry, I have it written down here, so I'm just checking my notes. So water was $3,188. Electricity, $4,310. Cell phone, $3,800. I use Line Mobile, so it's a little bit cheaper, I guess. Like, I didn't want to pay for a really expensive phone plan, but I get 7 gigabytes of data for that phone, unlimited texting. I can receive calls for 10 minutes and make calls for 10 minutes before they start charging me. And Line, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram are free. So yeah. I also have internet, which is 4,806 yen last month. Gas expenses, which, oh my god, so everything on my house runs on gas, and so in summer it's a little bit better. It's 8,146 this month. But in winter, right? So let me tell you, yeah, right now all of these bills are like hella cheap, but in winter they're all about roughly $200 each. Like $200 for electricity, $300 for gas. Water is pretty consistent. It's almost always the same. And then, internet is the same as well because I have a contract. So yeah, but yeah, it does spike pretty heavy in winter. So be prepared. You're probably not going to be in a house like this. Probably, I can't guarantee that, but most jets are in apartments, so it might be a little bit cheaper for you. So those expenses are roughly 20,450 yen. So yeah, $200 basically. So yeah, it's okay for $200 for utilities. Not too bad, yeah. On top of that, I also have some gasoline. So for my car. So we're just going to use the Lexus as the example because it's my main car that I'm driving. And the Lexus is roughly $200 or 20,000 yen a month because it uses high octane gas and it's all-wheel drive and eats their gas. And that's just the Lexus. So yeah. Also, my food costs. So I cook at home and that's about 20,000 yen as well, $200 a month. And I kind of have, I have a real big problem with eating out. So that's about another 20,000 yen or $200. So yeah, with cell phone, car gasoline, food, and eating out combined, yeah, that's $638 basically I spend on that. So yeah, everything together though, right? I spend less than $1,000 a month on expenses. And that, that's another thing. Like, I don't really travel very much because I have the dog, so it's kind of expensive. I just kind of go locally, try to explore many small things. And yeah, I don't drink alcohol. I've never drank, so I don't go to parties, so I don't have to spend any money for that. And really my only fun expenses are for video games and occasionally going to the movie theater. So yeah, I don't spend that much. So I'm putting away every month about $4,000 roughly. And right now I'm saving for school as well. I want to go back to school, maybe work on my master's or PhD. So I do put money aside for that, and I have a student loan which is not very much. It's like $200 a month. But with all that said, let's just say it's around $1,000. So putting away about $4,000, and on a rough month about $3,000 a month. Now, like I said, my expenses are a little bit different than other jets. But even if you have the standard income, none of these extra things like investments or gifts, or like you own a home and you're renting it, you can still say that you're probably going to save as an American about $500 to $700 a month, roughly, even in this kind of situation. And the reason why I keep stressing about Americans is for 2 years, we don't pay any taxes because America. No, there's really other countries that don't pay taxes as well for 2 years. I think there's some that are even 3 that don't pay taxes. So yeah, so from August is my 3rd year, so yeah, I have to pay a lot more money soon. So yeah, so my income is going to take a little dip, but yeah, it'll be okay. So a few things as well that, oh sorry, I like knocked the camera like way out of whack. But anyway, so a few other things. When I first moved into this house, there was some housing starting costs. So I had to pay 2 months rent as a deposit for moving in here. So I paid that, so yeah, roughly $1,200 and some change. I had to pay my actual 2 months rent. So your current month and then your 1 month ahead on rent. I had to pay fire insurance, so that was like $400 roughly. There's a contract fee, so you have to pay a fee to the realtor, which is $200, and I just had to repay that again when you re-sign your contract. So that's for me it's crazy coming from America. Like I don't know, I own a house, so like yeah, I don't charge my tenants to re-sign a contract or sign a contract. So it's a little wild for me, but yeah, whatever. So all together, maybe to move in here, the actual cost and fees, like I didn't have like a key finder fee, which is like just giving the landlord money just because. But I think all together, yeah, roughly about $4,000 or so to move in. Maybe, I don't really remember, but something like that. So when I came to Japan, you can only have like $10,000 in cash when you fly in the plane. So I brought 9,800, and the reason is my predecessor, the person who had this job before me, they lived in a small apartment, and that apartment didn't allow dogs, so I had to get my own housing. So I found this place on my own, and it has nothing. There was no stove, right? I had to buy a stove. So like yeah, most places come with a stove and refrigerator, right? Like I don't know. But like this place didn't, so I had to get that refrigerator, pots, pans, microwave, everything, like literally everything I had to buy. And when I first came to Japan, I didn't have a car, so like, you know, I'm carrying everything and bringing it here, so that really sucked. So yeah, that really ate through a lot of the money that I brought. I don't think you need this much money for most jets, because you're going to get a lot of stuff from the previous person that had your job. I'd say somewhere around the $2,000 range is really, really safe. Just, yeah, in my case, I have a unique situation which required me to bring that much money. In my bank account when I came, I had about $38,000 saved up, and yeah, that's what I came with. And honestly, like I burned through most of that too. Like I bought the Lexus. I did so many things, like for example, getting your driver's license. Wow, crazy. So I had to go get that, and like, I don't know, like honestly, I think it's a scam because the rules are completely like crazy, like insane for me, like nothing like America. When I don't know, like my tire has to touch the left line when I'm turning left, and I can't be more than so many inches or centimeters away from the line when I turn. You always have to check over your shoulder, so many tiny rules, and if you make one mistake, you fail. Whatever, they failed me, 7 times, so, which is really crazy to me because, like, I love driving. Like, it's my super hobby. I love cars. I've owned numerous sports cars in America, like especially the Corvette, and like even exotic cars. Like that's all me. So yeah, failing 7 times was like insane to me. And they were so rude about it too. Like so rude. This guy says to me like, he's like, wow, you really don't know how to drive, do you? And I'm just sitting there thinking like, you bitch. Like, really? Like, I've driven for 14 years, I've driven cars that are $150,000. Like, no, I know what I'm doing. So, okay, whatever. So, you know, Tanaka, just because when I got to the crosswalk, I didn't slow down to 3 kilometers and then point to my left mirror, point to my right mirror, point to the rear view mirror, and then check over my shoulder, it does not make me a bad driver. So like, you know what? You can just chill out, okay? With your fucking color contacts. Alright. So whatever. So yeah, anyway, so that cost me a lot of money too. Anyway, yeah, I went through a lot of that money. And I still have obviously quite a bit of it, but yeah. Depending on what your needs are, you may burn through that. And I want to stress that my particular school did not want me to get a car. They can't stop me from getting a car, but they didn't want me to get a car. Because I guess at some point long ago, my school had a problem with an ALT and their car, and yeah, like I think they told me that basically the guy was speeding like, I don't know, like 50 or 60 kilometers over the speed limit and was like drinking. So yeah, he got arrested and it was a huge problem. So they didn't want me to, but I did it anyway because that's what Americans do. And so yeah, I got that. So they didn't help me get my license. They didn't help me find my car. You know, I had to do all of that on my own. And I'm just really thankful that I speak Japanese. So if you don't speak Japanese and you need to do this kind of stuff, yeah, good luck, and I hope you have Japanese friends, because it sucks if they don't help you. What else do I have on my sheet? So yeah, license cost me $700. The Lexus I bought secondhand, okay? So I didn't buy a brand new Lexus. That's, if you know cars, that's a 2007 model. It's the IS250 all-wheel drive. So secondhand, the car cost me roughly $12,000. So yeah, you might like say like, oh my god, like, yeah, it's a lot of money. You know, I just graduated from school. Yeah, of course it's a lot of money. Like, I'm aware. And there's cars that are like $1,000 or $2,000 or whatever. But like here in Ishikawa, it snows like crazy. So I wanted to get an all-wheel drive vehicle, and then I wanted to, you know, have something that was reliable. And some of the cheaper cars, you know, I wasn't confident about what I was getting back. And yeah, I kind of regret it for like my daily driver. I should have got something a little bit cheaper. I don't know, like Toyota Prius or something. Like the K cars were totally out because first of all, they have no power. They have a 600cc engine. Like, they're just trash. And yeah, no, I'm not driving a K car, period, whatever it takes. But there are some other cars that I could have got that, you know, are $5,000, $6,000. So I didn't really need to go as far as I did. But I don't know. I like the Lexus, so buy whatever you want, and yeah. But also, so the bank is another thing that you have to do here in Japan, obviously, when we're talking about finances. So on your first day, they're going to take you to the bank, and they're going to sign you up. So you'll get a sweet little bank book. And so I have a Hokoku Ginko, and in this book, it showcases your expenses, and I don't know if you can see this, but not that it really matters or anything, but it shows you all of your expenses, all the money in, all the money out for the month, and yeah, I don't know. My bank doesn't have any digital service because Japan is like trapped in the 1920s. So you think Japan is advanced? Okay, come live here, and then you tell me how advanced they are, because they're not. When I first came as well, they gave me so much shit. Like, they said, oh, well, because you're foreign, you know, you can't have a debit card, you can't have a credit card, or whatever. So yeah, I just like foolishly believed them, and I didn't get one up until like 3 months ago, when I decided to go to the main bank in Kanazawa. And the lady was like, hey, I noticed you don't have a debit card. Do you want a debit card? And I was like, girl, give me the debit card. Yeah, I want it. And so she signed me up, and they gave me a sweet little debit card. We're just going to hide these numbers here. But yeah, so they give you, so I got a Visa, no, it's blurry, but whatever. So I got a debit card. They gave that to me. And I got that, and then there's something called an ETC card, which lets you drive on the toll road, and it's like kind of like a type of credit card, I guess. But I didn't have that either, and I wanted it so much because if you don't have it, the toll road is way more expensive. And yeah, same thing. She was like, "Oh, you don't have an ETC card? Do you want one?" I was like, yes, I do. You don't have a credit card? I was like, "Yeah, give me one of those too." So if she got commission, like she freaking killed it that day because yeah, I took everything because I wanted it from the beginning. So yeah, just take everything with a grain of salt. Your coworkers don't know everything. Your Japanese coworkers don't know everything. Your foreign coworkers too, especially your foreign coworkers. They don't know everything either. So yeah, don't worry about that either. And in my other video as well, I talked about like how you find this house and what that all entails as well. So yeah, please check that out if you are curious about that as well. Beyond that, that's the basic finances as a second year on jet. So I hope that kind of gives you an insight. I know my situation is a little bit different than others, but they're going to tell you this 100 times, but each situation is different. So in your case, hey, maybe it'll be better than mine. I hope so. So yeah, like I said, if you like this video or you want to know something else, please comment and like and subscribe, of course. And if you comment, I promise I will reply and get back to you and answer your question. And yeah, so thanks for joining me. See you.